Hi, it's me, Vicky Marie. Thank you. Oh, so we've already got some people here. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Jackie. Now, yes, I did see, Jackie, that clip you're talking about on Paul's birthday. I think I saw it on the 411 channel. There are some very interesting clips on there. It makes you wonder who's releasing these clips, because obviously that's someone that knows. Whoever released that clip of Paul's birthday, and yeah, it was very poignant, wasn't it? Because you could hear Nikki speaking, laughing, looked like sort of happier times, and so very poignant. But who is releasing those clips? Where are those clips coming from? Because it's not the only one that I've seen. Just makes you wonder who's releasing. Hi, Jennifer. Yeah, that's the channel. I think, yeah, you can say the channel. That's no problem. The 411 channel, I really like that channel sometimes. Hi, Jackie. Evening. Sometimes the lady that does that channel, I only know she's a lady because she told me she was a senorita. Sometimes she comes in the chat. She might come in that tonight, but who is releasing these bits and pieces of photos and clips? And I'll tell you, before we get into this tonight, it's been a funny week for thinking about Nicola Bulley to me this week, because hi Bob, you made a live. Yeah, because I've seen your comments quite often. You're from Barclay. Is it Barclay? I think it's Barclay, isn't it? Not Berkeley. Barclay, California. Hi Chumba, nice to see you here as well. Yeah, a few things that I've been thinking about, because I don't know, we're in this. How long have we got now? We've still got, is it still 4 weeks, is it? Or is it 3 weeks? So it's 26th of June, the inquest. So we've still got a couple of weeks. And yeah, an old Facebook video. Yeah, it could be from an old Facebook video. Maybe somebody got onto the Facebook videos before they were taken down or whatever. But something that struck me this week is, as we go up to the inquest, there is there's a like a sense of so I think we're all feeling a bit like, what's this result of the inquest going to be? Is it the best, really? I think that we can hope for, if we believe that there's been foul play involved and it wasn't. The best we can hope for is an open verdict, isn't it? Because obviously nothing's come out about, no criminal charges have been made. It hasn't been referred back to the police. So we can only presume, unless if in these few weeks leading up to the inquest something else develops, we can only presume that it's the best that you can expect, if you like, is an open verdict. What we really don't want is, and I'm saying we don't want it, it's not that, it's because we don't feel it. We don't feel that it was a self-deletion. So we don't, because if it's called that, if the inquest comes to that conclusion, or an accident even, it's like closed then, isn't it? Whereas if it's an open verdict, I think I can't see how they can come to anything more than an open verdict, because it's so mysterious unless they know something that we don't. This is what we might see when it comes to the inquest, is these things that we don't know. But let's just go on what we do know. How could it be anything but an open verdict? Because there may be no proof that there was foul play, but there's no proof that it was self-deletion. There's no proof it was an accident. There's no proof of anything. There's no evidence. Everyone keeps saying there's no evidence. There isn't. So if there's no evidence of any of those things, surely it's got to become an open verdict and just left to see if anything else comes up in the future. Hey, Lucia from Northern California. Also, we've got two people in from California. That's brilliant. I'm going to do a Peter Kay thing here. You might not know, if you're from America, you might not know who Peter Kay is, but he's a comedian from Lancashire, from where Nicola Bulley was living, even though she wasn't from there. And it's a standing joke. He said, "What time is it over there? What time is it over there?" So Lucia and Barb, let me know, what time is it over there? That's a real Peter Kay moment. But anyway, hi DW Bull, hello. So yeah, it sort of almost like, so I've been a bit fed up with it this week, if you like. Not fed up, but like a bit this sense of foreboding. What's the result going to be of the inquest? But then, of course, I've been doing these videos with Emma and looking at them, and there is something strange. And then I thought, surely, oh, it's 10:05 where you are, Lucia. Okay. Yeah, it's got to be an open verdict, Jackie, I think, because there's no proof. Unless they know something we don't, I can't see how they could call it anything else. There's no evidence that it is self-deletion. There's no evidence it's accidental death. If there's no evidence it's foul play, then it's got to be an open verdict. All right, so Barb, it's 10:05 as well. So there you go. So Lucia and Barb are on the same timeline. Yeah, and then something just struck me today when I was thinking about it, and I thought, well, surely, I don't know about you, but you know, we're going through all these things, and because we're thinking there's something more to this case than meets the eye. But you know, Nicola's family, and when I say family, I mean a mum and dad and a sister. They've never come out and said, right, everyone stop speculating. We don't want you to speculate. Blah de blah de blah. Now, maybe if they came out and said that, we would stop doing it because we would respect them. But maybe they're quite happy that we're all looking at it and thinking about it. Hi, Jess. Oh, your dog is, Jess's dog is barking at my dog. My dog's barking at the dog over the road. But he wasn't right here in the room, even though you could do it. It was right up on the roof terrace. And yes, it was you, wasn't it? Anyway, if they keep on barking, they have to go in the bathroom. They know that, so hopefully they'll stop now. Good old dogs, isn't it? You know, I need to get like a studio locked away from anywhere. Where I live, apart from my dogs, I live in a Spanish sort of community, Spanish town. They're not quiet people. It's only because it's raining outside that they're not all outside shouting and talking to each other. Hi, Sheila. Ah, Leicestershire, and you're from Cumbria, and you have family in Lancashire. The pillow behind me, yes, the 3Bs. One of my friends from Reading actually sent me the pillow with the 3Bs. It's confused. Right, Bob says it's confusing because the news and the cops, conflate the family with the husband. Exactly. We don't know when they say the family says this or and we'll see that in these videos. If you've looked at these videos of Emma's that we're going to look at in a bit more detail, they say the family. She even says, you know, as a family. The reporters say, how are you coping as a family, to Emma, and Emma is not family. So we get mixed up as to what do they mean by the family? What do they mean by the family? You know, so right, Jackie says, I'll be coming out to Escala. Escala. Is it Escala or Escola? At the beginning of July. Where just say that, where it is again for me, Jackie. Which part of Spain is that? It'd be hot, beginning of July. We've had terrible weather. We've had terrible weather for 2 weeks. And then today it was nice. I've been on the sunroof, the solarium, as we call it, this morning. And then it clouded over. Then it's just been raining again. Apparently it's going to be raining over the weekend. But I'm sure by the time you come out in July, it will be back to, you know, scorchio. So yeah, so I thought, well, what Bob says is right. That the family. Who do we mean when we're talking? Well, who does she mean when she's talking about family? Who do the media mean when they talk about family? Because they quite often include Emma in the family. I can't get to the bottom of this. How? Oh, it's near Benidorm. All right, okay, Benidorm. Yeah, Benidorm. It's not that far away from me. It's a little way away from me, but not. I'm in the Alicante. So Maria Solas. Maria, sorry, I just noticed on the Armchair Detective. I don't really like to talk about other channels, but he always calls you Maria Suarez. It just makes me laugh. But anyway, never mind. It's just I'm not very good at. I'm good at pronouncing Spanish names. Are you Spanish, Maria? Are you actually Spanish, or you've obviously Salars? So you Maria Salars. It sounds like a Spanish name, but I don't know where it might be Colombian. It might be South American of any kind. But let me know. Okay, so. What have I got to say? So I'll do my housekeeping now while we're waiting for people to come. There's quite a lot of people here already. Oh, and I just want to say that yesterday, quite a lot of you, and it must be from this channel, bought my Confessions of a Spanish Teacher book. I mean, I'm not like a multi-million selling novel yet, but yeah, I was in double figures yesterday, and that's really good. So I'm really happy about that. Confessions of a Spanish Teacher just talks about my life, how I came to be in Spain, how I came to be interested in sort of cases like this, stalking cases, because of my experience. So Confessions of a Spanish Teacher, available on Amazon. The other thing is, of course, I teach Spanish. So if you want to learn Spanish, you can, yeah, Mary said it makes her laugh too. Right, so it's freezing in Leicestershire. Jackie, yeah, AD does get people's names confused. I get a lot of people's names confused, so I can't say that I don't. But I suppose maybe it's just I do get the Spanish names okay, but never mind. Other names, I'm rubbish. So yeah, if you want to learn Spanish, sorry about this, you can fast forward a little bit. Well, you can't actually if you're on the live stream. But you know, a lot of you know about this anyway. But if you want to learn Spanish, you can do that on Amazon. You can buy my book on Amazon. Break the language barrier, and there are 5 levels. What's the other thing I always have to say? So yeah, so you can buy me a coffee if you want to support my channel. It's enough just to watch, to like, to share, subscribe. That is fantastic. If you want to go a little bit further, you can become a member, or you can buy me a coffee, or you can send these super sticker, super chat, etc., which I think should come up on. So Maria, you're saying, oh right, hang on. So you've got Spanish and native South American ancestry. Your name is Polish, as your mum was. Let's have a look. That looks. My name is Polish, as my mum was adopted from an orphanage in Argentina by a Polish couple. Oh my goodness. That fled Poland during the war. Well, what an interesting history. So Solars is actually Polish. Because obviously Maria is a Spanish name, but yeah, interesting. Chumba, don't tell me it's hot in Glasgow. It's so hot. Is it Tapsaf? Is it Tapsaf in Glasgow, Chumba? And Maria said she'd love to learn Spanish. It'll be in your genes, Maria. I'm sure that you'll find it easy. It's warm in Hampshire. I mean, it's not cold here, but it has been raining a lot. Okay. So yeah, so this week though, there was a bit sort of, what's this verdict going to be? I think we're all feeling like that. I still just don't know how the police, how the coroner, how everyone is going to manage this inquest, because it's going to be like a bun fight or something, is it? I don't know. It's just going to be a huge a huge thing. So I think they're going to have to, I don't know how they're going to deal with it. Hopefully they've actually got, so Chumbra, it is Tapsaf, is it? Hi, Funky. Yeah, definitely be in your jeans, Maria, definitely. So how old were you? Because, you know, I mean, just totally changing the subject now because we're here, we're going to talk about the Emirate interviews. But as far as Spanish is concerned, if you've been exposed to Spanish at any point when you were a child, it will have, you know, ignited your language sort of part of your brain. So there'll be something in there. Okay. So yeah. So although I got a bit fed up about it this week, so I was thinking, oh God, we're like almost praying for an open verdict if we believe that there's something more. And then I keep thinking, well, maybe there isn't something, you know, maybe I'm thinking bad of, you know, you go through all these thoughts, don't you, in your head. But then when I look back over these interviews, oh, hi, Ruth. Ruth, who's Gary? Oh, Bob, your grandson is fluent in Spanish. He's good at languages. Yeah, well, Spanish is a very fast-growing language in the USA, isn't it? It's, you know, Spanish is a very important. When I was young, we were never taught Spanish. It was French and German in our schools in the UK. But now I think it's generally accepted that Spanish is a lot more useful than both those languages because you can take Spanish is spoken all over the world. So if you can speak Spanish and English, really, there's not many places. Spanish is spoken in places that you wouldn't expect, like the Philippines. You know, it's like not only in South America and in Spain, it's spoken in so many other countries as well that you just wouldn't expect that it would be spoken. Okay, so yeah, so we're going to carry on with our analysis, with our back to the basics, etc., because we've still got this few weeks to go before the inquest. And I do think people forget things, don't they? Time goes on and we forget why we were ever suspicious, or we forget the things that sort of made us suspicious in the first place, because there's been this total deafening silence ever since that day that the press conference announced that Nicola had been formally identified. We have heard nothing, only to say that the welfare check or whatever on the 10th of January, the police have been found that they've got no questions to answer, or there was a couple of points that they needed to clear up. Ever since, that's the only thing really we've heard, isn't it? Nothing apart from that, just to say that everything was okay, but they didn't have the body cam on. You know, it's all bollocks. We know it's all. But oh, and by the way, I did send an email to. I would recommend that everybody sends an email to him as well. I did send an email to Andrew Snowden because you know, he was on a video recently saying that the police predicted the day that Nicola would be found, and I sent him an email and I asked why did you say that, and what made them so sure that that would be. And I told him that I had a YouTube channel, and I said, that's, you know, not really very good, is it, for speculation? We've been told not to speculate, and he came out and made that ridiculous statement. And I haven't had a reply. And isn't that funny? Because anybody else I've ever replied, even the coroner gave me a reply, even if it was to say, oh no, I can't give you any information. He did actually give me a reply. And Andrew Snowden has not given a reply, but you know, that's what you expect from a conservative. That's the way I feel about it. He's realized he's totally messed up. He should never have said that on that video. It's just ridiculous because he doesn't give a shit really about the whole thing. And he said it by mistake, and now he doesn't know how to deal with it. But anyway. No, Jackie, I'm not impressed with him at all. At first, I thought, oh well, he might be, you know, seemed like quite a dynamic sort of guy. He's a youngish guy, and that. But the more of he's not. He doesn't take it seriously. He's just a career person. He's not really interested. I've got much more faith in the coroner, you know, for being a professional person. I think Andrew Snowden is just like he'd say anything really. So there you go. But anyway, that's what I think. High transporter. Yeah, it's right. It's true. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So, okay, so we've got quite a few people on here now. We've got 62 people on. I'm going to make a few up before we look at the video. I just want to say a few observations. So these videos, so Emma made 17 apparently. Apparently, I haven't found all of them yet, but she made 17 interviews in total. Now, we have watched so far 11, including these that we're going to go over today that I gave you the video. So we've still got there's still 6 more interviews. So you're talking about a period of only about 3 weeks, really. Paul Ansell made 1. Oh, no, he made 2, didn't he? He made the one on the riverbank. He sent the voice note to Sky News, which we're going to look at, which was definitely scripted. You can tell he's reading off a script. Emma was probably sat right behind him telling him what to say. So Paul Ansell only did 2 interviews and the voice note. Nicola's parents only did 1 interview. As far as I know, they did 1 interview right at the beginning. And Emma has done 17 interviews. That to me is strange. You know, maybe, all right, appreciate maybe she was being helpful. She's obviously a very sort of capable and sort of a person. She likes getting involved and she likes organising things. But it still seems to me just over the top. It does seem over the top. And apart from that very first interview, remember there was a video up with the cat pulled down and she's like shrinking into herself and she doesn't want to be noticed. Apart from that one, she's reveling in it. She's enjoying it. She's not crying. She's not sort of it's just not what you would expect how someone would behave when their best friend has gone missing and probably something terrible's happened to her. At the end of the day, people knew right from the beginning that it was likely that something awful had happened to her. But 17 interviews in a 3 weeks? I don't think it was even quite 3 days. It was 3 weeks. It was 23 days. Oh, that is 3 weeks. 3 weeks and 2 days. But yeah, so strange. So I just wanted to mention a couple of things that people. Oh, one thing that strikes me about all these interviews. Have you realised how busy that road is? Every interview that you're trying to watch, the noise of the traffic in the background, that is such a busy road. So there is no way, in my opinion, that nobody would have seen Nicola walk along that road or somebody walk along that road with a dog, or, you know, it's so busy. There's got to be someone who saw something or had some dash cam, or, you know, because there was so many people. And that was a big red flag that she hid herself in the first interview, and then after that she just, you know, came out into this sort of crime watch star and enjoyed every video. But anyway, we're going to look at the videos in a minute. Sorry, just kind of three. My voice starts going a bit funny if I don't keep my Okay, now, a couple of things that people had said in comments after watching that video. I'm just going to point these out because I don't know if they're here or not. But some of the comments that I had from some of my sort of subscribers or chatters, people pointed out, and I'm going to point this out as we go along. When she's been interviewed with Heather Gibbons, who comes over to me very genuinely perturbed with all this going on. Emma doesn't look at her. When Emma's talking, Heather looks at Emma, like you do. You look at someone as they're talking, don't you? It's just natural. When Heather's talking, Emma doesn't look at her at all. She looks ahead, and to me, she's thinking. She's thinking about what she's going to say next. Somebody else, I think it might be, was it you, Sheila? I don't know. Somebody said that she said that these two little girls at some point, she always calls them the little girls and their little minds. And, this really sort of bugs me, this. It's like they're not, I know you do describe children as little girls, but she says it so often. There's a lot of things that Emma repeats over and over again. And the little thing, whenever she's referring to the children, it's as if they're not really that important to me. But anyway, these two little girls lost their mummy, like as if she knew that she was never coming back. Push, she says over and over again. How many times does she mention the word push? She always making out like she really, if you were watching her being interviewed and you knew nothing about this case, you might think she was actually one of the police. Because that's how she talks. She sounds like she's one of the police. So, Jennifer, did you notice that as well? The friend looks at Emma, and she says, this is not like her. And Emma doesn't she doesn't say, no, it's definitely not like her or whatever. She just doesn't say anything. There's sometimes that I think Emma is definitely guarding what she says, whereas I don't feel like that with Heather. When Heather's talking, you feel like it is coming from the heart. And of course, there's not really any genuine emotion for the fact that her friend has gone missing and may possibly not be coming back. She talks about the children a lot. She talks about Paul a lot, but she doesn't really ever appeal directly to Nikki. Anyway, so we're going to look at the interviews now. We'll look at the interviews and then we can go through them. So, I'm not brilliant at this, but I'm trying my best. So let's see. I'm going to share the screen. Hi, the 411's with us. Oh, yeah. Good. I'm just about to show these videos. Hi. Right, what am I going to do? I've forgotten how to get to the video now. Video file, that's it. Right, this should take me to the video file. Let's see. Why is it not coming up? Hang on. There you go. Now, this should come on now. Hi, the 411.
Feeling this morning knowing that you've got this new company getting involved with this.
Okay, so we're going to look at the first video now. I'm going to hi, Abby from Northamptonshire. Thank you for being here. Okay, so this is the one where Emma is talking about how she ended up getting in touch with Peter Falding. Okay, let's see. Let's have a little listen.
New equipment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, come on a media bulletin. And it's here, and it was a plea to the media forward. How to get to the different plays. I think video went to him asking him please come to St Michael's. Lo and behold, he then got his mobile number. Paul and I gave him a call, and his team arrives last night with Peter.
Right. Let me just mention there. So she says, we saw Peter Falding on some social media thing, and we got in touch with him, and me and Paul gave him a call. Me and Paul. First of all, she says the family. As a family, we got in touch with him, and then me and Paul gave him a call. It's this way of talking. Now, any of you ladies out there or guys out there, when you're talking about somebody else's, why is she saying me and Paul gave him a call? You know, it's always her and Paul. They're always sort of fused together, aren't they? Just, I don't know. I just don't know.
Arriving today.
Just potentially a new way to provide some answers.
Funny if the prospect that these like that'll pave a way, and I feel Peter is amazing. He's going to come and sweep the riverbeds and give us answers.
And just finally, if I could ask you, the police at the weekend talked about how the treatment of some
Hi, Moulton's Cross.
people who are witnesses online using manipulation and some abuse has been acceptable. So that must have been distressing from your point of view.
To be honest, I think that getting that message, bring Nicky home, but the family or
let me just stop that, because I found that strange when the reporter points out to her that there's been some abuse given, you know, to the friends or supporters or whatever. She totally blanks that completely. Now, if I'd been looking for my friend and, you know, so busy with everything going on, and I hadn't, and someone said to me, oh, well, what this online abuse you've been getting? You go, what abuse? What do you mean online abuse? You know, you'd be like, what are you talking about? Because you wouldn't know about it because you would have been too busy. She says, oh, we've been too busy doing this, that and the other. But obviously they haven't been so busy that they haven't looked at online abuse, because she totally blanks it, ignores the question, just ignores it as if she's not even been asked it. And we know that they have been watching some true crime channels and things like that, because they sent the CCTV to Ghastly True Crime. So, you know, it's not true, basically, what she's saying. But I think just the way she totally blanked it and didn't address it at all, to me, seems like suspicious. But anyway, I don't know. Yeah, they've been watching everything, the 411, everything.
Actually, that much time.
Let's see. We've not had that much time to digest everything.
Obviously, we're looking for Peter falling without. If you could be anything in the world, you can simply be kind, can't you? And the acts of kindness that have come to the family and friends.
Yeah, no, there's got my. So she says. So she says, if you can be anything in the world, you should be kind, which is very cool. Yeah, she says, she did. She said there are 2 little girls out there that have lost their mummy. Well, they haven't lost her yet. You know, she might say they don't know where. Hi, Jill. She might say, oh, they don't know where their mummy is. But to say that they have lost their mummy, well, they haven't lost her yet at this time, because we didn't know yet what had happened to Nicola. And again, she's not looking at the camera and saying, Nicola, this is something that I keep repeating over and over again. If that was my friend who's got depression, it's disappeared, it's got issues with alcohol, it's got issues with the perimenopause or whatever, you'd be looking at that camera and you'd be saying, please, please, whatever the problem is, come home because we can sort it out. There's never a direct appeal like that. That to me is suspicious.
Feeling this morning, getting involved with this new equipment.
Yeah, it's great. We're still calling on a media bulletin.
He's the CEO of the company.
He is the CEO, yeah. And it was to hand Peter to St Michael's. We did do a plea as a family. Video
It's in the video now. She's saying
got his mobile number. Paul and I give.
We did do a plea as a family. That's what she said. We did a plea as a family.
A call, and he arrives. Well, tonight, Peter arriving today.
Just potentially a new way to provide some.
During the theory of the possibility that Nicola is in the river, we need some evidence to back that up either way. And I feel Peter is too technical for me, but he's going to come and sweep the riverbeds and give us answers.
And just at the weekend talked about how the treatment of some people who are witnesses by online using speculation, even in cases of abuse, has been acceptable. Must have been distressing from your point of view.
Without this wrapped up in answering Nikki home, but the family or all friends, we haven't actually had that much time to digest anything. Obviously, we're looking for the good stories, and this Peter Folding is what we found. I mean, what I would say, if you could be anything in the world, you can be kind. The acts that come to the family friends is what's keeping people going. The support network around is positive, and at the end of the day, I've got two little girls who lost me, so whatever people are saying, whatever speculation, let's just remind our end goal that it is bringing hope.
Feeling a bit about it.
Okay. Oops. So that's that first video. So oh, that's an interesting thing. Hello, Ellie, or yeah, they're watching and commenting using different profiles. They definitely were watching. Whether they still are now, I don't know. Maybe they're relaxing now. Maybe they're relaxing now if nothing's happened and there's no evidence. Maybe they're relaxing a bit more now. But that's interesting what you say, the 411, that they used Peter Folding for information regarding the flow of the river. That's quite possible, isn't it? I do feel like Peter Folding was used, because I tell you what, if that's like his whole reputation, isn't it? You know, I think he's obviously a guy who knows what he's doing. How can he not know what he's doing? Or was he just used literally to sort of show that she wasn't in the river, and then what, suddenly she was in the river? But I don't know. Yeah, I hope that Peter, well, I presume he'll be going to give evidence at the inquest. He must have been called as a witness, or be called as a witness. Gosh, you'd love to be a fly on the wall, wouldn't you, in the rooms there in the coroner's office. At the moment, some people will know some things already, and yeah, because he didn't even James Adley didn't deny that Home Office Home Office pathologist had been brought in, but he didn't confirm it either. He didn't even want to confirm that. So he's literally saying no information. It's a total, blackout of information. And that, in my opinion, is suspicious in itself, because it's not normal. So, yeah. And you're right, Jackie, his hands were tied. He was only allowed to search a small area. And also, he wasn't given all the facts. Like Lucia says, he wasn't given the facts. He wasn't told. Well, there's a couple of things about Peter Folding. First of all, he was not told about Nicola's vulnerabilities. So he wasn't aware that it might have been, or was likely to have been, a self-deletion, as far as they were thinking, because she was vulnerable. He didn't know that. He knew it was a possibility, but he didn't know that there was more evidence, or supposed evidence, to say that it might be that. And he was only given a certain area to search in. So, well, Charlie Angel, you're saying you don't need to answer questions at an inquest. It's not a court, but you do. You get called as a witness. I was called as a witness at a coroner's court for my ex-partner. The coroner calls witnesses. It is a court, but it's not a criminal court. It's a coroner's court. So it is a court. Hi, Lara. And Barbie's asking, why would vulnerabilities make a difference in searching the river? And the reason is because if he knew that Nicola was vulnerable in the sense that she'd been depressed or that, he would have made the search bigger, not only in the river, because he would be, you know, he's made land searches as well. You know, there's other things to be looking for. He was just actually looking for a body in the river. There's somebody, you know, somebody had fallen in the river. That's basically all he knew. So he would have included land searches as well. So, yeah, when it comes to the coroner's court, he will call witnesses. He'll call witnesses, and I don't think you can refuse to answer, Charlie. I really don't think you can. Maybe you can, but how's that going to look, really? Okay, I'm just looking down the chat, but I'm going to carry on with the next video in a minute. Listen, all of you that are here, thank you so much that you're here. And if you don't mind liking the, I don't know, these are a like button. I haven't got a like button here, but I'm assuming where you are, you've got a like button. That just helps with the algorithms. But there's 93 people here now, so that's good. So I might get a bit lost with the chat, but I know you can all talk to each other in the chat. So we're going to look at the second video now. Now, this was a very interesting video for me about Emma. I felt Emma was stressed in this video. I don't know, I just got the feeling that she was quite stressed. But let me know. Hi, Pauline. Hi, Jackie. Thanks for you. Don't worry, my time on it. Right, okay, let's look at this video. And you tell me, because I do think Emma seems not quite, she's a little bit stressed in this video.
You'll see the images of her, and that's inside as well. She's not only beautiful on the outside, beautiful on the inside. She's caring. She loves animals. She loves nature. She loves girls, her dog, family, the world. Yeah, when you did your interview, Ernie's saying he speaks to the girls, his girls, as in Lou and Nikki, every single day or sees them. And then they are, his words, a close-knit family. They are, I back to those two little girls now missing their mummy, and that's why we're here. Just we can get any.
So again, we've got the two little girls just missing their mummy. I don't know. I don't, maybe I'm being really unfair, but I don't know why I don't like the way she talks about the children. But anyway, maybe it's just me. Now, you'll notice in a minute. Oh, let's see what she says in a minute.
Information we can glean to give them that hope. That's why we're here.
And there is still hope, isn't there?
Yeah, there has to be. I won't lie, it's been today's a real. I can't do anything I've got going on here. There's the sadness, there's the heartache, there's the worry, the what's in. But then look, you've got this pin there that's so you don't know whether you're good, bad, ugly. It's so you have to carry that glimmer.
Right, I don't know if you caught that because unfortunately my bloody internet is rubbish, and I'm trying to improve that because the stream. But there's a couple of things she said there, because she said, well, that last thing she said, you don't know if you're good, bad, or ugly. Did you catch that when she said that? I mean, what a strange thing to say.
Today's a real.
Yeah, good, bad.
I can't describe the feeling I've got going on here. There's. And as all of our friends and family, the sadness, there's and mix it all up. You've got this hope in there that's so you don't know whether you're good, bad, ugly, and you have to carry that glimmer, that torch, what you want to call it.
I mean, it's almost funny, except obviously it's not funny because it's a serious thing, but you don't know if you're good, bad, ugly. And then she smirks as well. She smirks after she says that, because she knows she said something ridiculous, but she actually thinks it's funny. And then the other thing she says, she talks a lot about the hope, doesn't she? I'm going to put it back and we'll listen. So this hope thing, one day I'm going to do a video of clips of hope, because that very first day, not the first day that Nicola went missing, but the first interview, Paul was on the riverbank and he said, oh, well, that's all we've got, isn't it? And smiled. And then the reporter said, oh, well, you've got hope. And he was like really annoyed that that reporter had said that and he'd forgotten to say it. And then in every single interview, even up to the police statement at the end, they were talking about hope. It was like they learned a lesson. That I think they definitely had a list of things that they were supposed to be saying.
All of hope. We have information, and it's very important for you guys to community. For all that work, we have to have a reward and hope for Paul, Phil, and for the sister, and for those girls.
There were two people who the police specifically wanted to speak to. Those two people, it hasn't.
No.
But someone might have that little bit of information, no matter how small, that could help.
And that's what we're about here today in Force. We've got a big blowy wavy.
She says absolutely a lot. Absolutely. Then they've got the big blowy wavy man that she talks about a lot, you know, as if it was some, you know, like a car sale or something. Strange. And then somebody made a comment. Yeah, the blowy wavy man, Lucia. One of my subscribers did make a comment which I thought was true. They did get everything organised very quickly, didn't they? Like the leaflets and the posters and the this, that and the other. It was very quickly organised, you know, so that's something to think about.
Man, the keys. Oh my God. Yes. Anything that you think so small, just come forward and dial 101, or if it's your sign 999. We have to, in this day and age, how could someone just disappear? It makes no sense, and that's probably why it's kept the nation.
Emma, thank you so much for talking to us. I know it's such.
That's the second time she talked about capturing the nation. She said that before, you know, she said, well, we've captured the nation, haven't we? You know, there's two ways I can go with Emma. She could be literally involved in it and, you know, is guilty of foul play. Or she's just but she's definitely reveling in it. She's not upset about it. I'm sorry, she's not upset about it. So there's two scenarios. She's either actually done something or she hasn't done anything, but she's loving it. Maybe she is, yeah, her hair looks very strange, Jess. She's enjoying the celebrity status. She's enjoying being on the TV. She's a bit of a frustrated actress, isn't she? So, you know, this is like her opportunity to sort of, I don't think she really cares. I think she's interjected herself into it. If it's not because of foul play or because she has no relationship with PA, it's because she's actually just reveling in all the attention. I don't know, different poster pictures. Yeah, and her hair's very strange, but anyway, we should tell her about her hair. But it is quite odd. Some days it's like short. That she must have extensions, I think. I think as well. You know, do you think she's been a bit jealous of Nicola? And now she's loving this because she's now the centre of attention. From what everybody said, Nicola was a very popular person. And now suddenly Emma's the centre of attention. But yeah. Right, I'm missing this chat here. What's this? The post was taken down by LP Strange. Oh. Okay, let's look at the next one.
Difficult time for you if you incredibly and put that appeal out. So that is the
questions where mummy is it's heartbreaking.
Oh, sorry. Before I just look at this video, I just want to go back to something. The report, he says, "Oh, this must be a very difficult time, and I think you're really brave." And she goes, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah, I am. I am really brave. I am really brave. I'm doing really well." So. No, I know, Donna, keep cutting out and it's annoying. It's because my internet, unfortunately, doesn't seem to be able to do me talking and also do the video. But I'm going to play. I will play it again in a bit and see it might come out better. But I might come out of the. Yeah, maybe I should try that. Let me do this. I take myself away from it. You should still be able to hear me. Let's see. See if that makes it better because it's not trying to put me up there.
But equally, want to get out there researching. It's tough. Tough is the word.
Makes sense. That's the hardest thing. There's nothing. We know nothing. I think that the day after Nikki went missing, I woke up thinking today's either going to be a great day or a horrendous day, and we're just still.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to be making any difference. Sorry, I know it's cutting out, but you may have seen, you should have seen the video before because I did put the actual video out yesterday of these interviews, but I'm trying to show them as this is the problem. It doesn't see, my internet doesn't seem to be able to cope with both me talking and the interview. But notice during this, I'll rewind it and play it again. Notice that Emma does not look at Heather once as she's speaking, whereas when Emma's speaking, Heather turns and looks at her. But when Heather is speaking, Emma doesn't even look at her at all. And I think Heather gives her a bit of the side eye, like, when Emma's talking, but
I think right now is there's nothing. We know nothing. We'll find something. I mean, the day after Nikki went missing, I woke up thinking today's either going to be a great day or a horrendous day. And we're just still at the same point. Obviously, that does give you hope, in the hope that no news is good news. But it's just a complete roller coaster. We just want her home. She's not the type. This is not Nikki. If she could be at home with her girls and with Paul, she would be.
Thank you, Mia.
The bit little girls asking questions where mummy is it's going to be heartbreaking. But the family be strong for the little girls, but equally want to get out researching, and it's tough is the word. Living a nightmare.
Nothing makes sense. I think that's the hardest thing right now. We know nothing. You think that as the day goes on, we'll find something. I mean, the day after I woke up thinking today would be a great day or a horrendous day, and then we're just still at the same point. It does give you hope in that no news is good news. It's just a complete roller coaster.
Yeah. As you can see there from the picture, as Heather's talking, Emma is just looking ahead where she's like lost in her own thoughts. She's blinking a lot. She's thinking about what she's going to say next. I don't know. I always get the impression that Heather is like almost a little bit sort of unsure of Emma, maybe a little bit scared of her in a way. I mean, Heather comes over as so genuine and kind, and Emma doesn't. So it's nice. I like it when I see these two together because it makes me feel that I'm not just being nasty to Emma, because I don't feel that with Heather. I'm not just. It's not an imaginary thing that I'm feeling, and I think you're right. For the 411, to me, whenever anyone says about mentions Nicola and Paul, or Paul in the same breath. Emma doesn't like it. She definitely doesn't like it. I wonder if Emma's in love with Paul. Maybe he's not in love with her. I don't know.
If she could be at home with her girls, with Paul, she would be.
Yeah, sorry about that. I know the streaming's not very good, but Heather said if she could be at home with the girls and Paul, and Emma actually sort of almost, takes a step back when she says that. She doesn't like it when anyone mentions that. But anyway. Okay, let's have a look now. Thank you, Mia, so much for the sticker. Thank you. Very kind. So we're going to look now. This is the last interview in this series of 4. And, oh, gosh, I'm supposed to be reading from my notes, but of course, I forget. I get into it and I forget. Yeah, what did I want to say about that other bit? The side eye she never looks at. Heather. She mentions the little girls again. Yeah, we did go through all the things I wanted to say. So we're on, this next video is 7 days out. That's the first thing she says in it. So we're 7 days in now. It's a milestone. Remember, that's her favourite word, isn't it? The milestone.
Days on with people driving past. You kind of want an influx of calls, and actually more people had to come in to deal with those calls. So I hope United want to get, and then we get the news bulletin and the hypothesis based on limited information. More took a chord yesterday was the search continues. We've still got a missing piece of that jigsaw. The police were still asking yesterday. This is Garstang Road. They're calling for dash cam footage off this road, so there's still exits down there that Nicky could have perhaps come out. So no line of inquiry is being investigated.
It's a continuous search. They've got search teams coming down here today, concentrating on the river. While all this is going on, and whatever theories people come up with, the fact is there's still her partner Paul. There's still a little girl's just waiting some news. I mean, you spoke all today. Helping today.
Yeah, the message is really loud and clear. We keep going. Based on theory, I mean, we can't go out life and basing our theory. We can't go and tell those girls, well, the theory could be X, Y, and Z. We need some evidence, and whatever there is, then we deal with whatever evidence comes. But at the moment, we can't go out. So we're out in force today, raising that awareness. Here and jogs the memory of last Friday. But from the bulletin yesterday, calls yesterday, we want the facts.
Right, so again there, she says, doesn't she?
That you've got this.
Let me just stop that a minute.
New company getting involved.
So again, she says about, in that very last interview, I'll play them all again in a minute. Hopefully they'll come over a bit better. I know they're cutting out sometimes. Sorry about that, but you should be able to see them on the other video. Yeah, she goes into a crime watch mode, doesn't she? You feel like she's auditioning for a part on Crime Watch almost. It's like, yes, please keep that information factual, but we've had an influx of calls and we're looking for the CCTV from, she's told, why aren't the police, why was there in that 3 weeks, why was there no reconstruction, of the incident or whatever? Normally something like that happens, doesn't it, in cases where a couple of weeks go by and it's a mystery and nobody knows anything. Hi, Tickety Boo. There was no reconstruction done. It's all been Emma, like she's the head of the police having, this is, sometimes you think the way she's talking, that's how the police should be talking to us. Now, I do know for a fact that when the police, from all the true crime that I've watched, when the police protect families normally. when there's some incidents going on. And so, you know, they're very protective of the family. They actually don't like them being interviewed by the media unless they're suspicious, and then they let them run and they encourage them to speak to the media. They encourage the media to ask them questions, etc. And they give them a carte blanche of things that they can say or can't say. So I think that may be significant, you know, because I think the police would have protected, like the police wouldn't get involved in that long interview that Paul did on Channel 5. But there are times when the police will protect the family, do you see? And then there's other times where the police will actually want them to go out there and say sort of random things and see if anything happens. So we'll be there. I don't know, but yeah, right. Okay, let's listen to all these videos one more time.
This new equipment.
Yeah, it was great. We saw talking media bulletin.
He's the CEO of the company.
He is the CEO, yeah. And it was a plea to the media forward. How do we get Peter to St Michael's? Did you agree as a family? I think a video went to him asking him please come to St Michael's. Lo and behold, he then got his mobile number. Paul and I gave him a call, and he arrives. His team arrived last night, with Peter arriving today.
Potentially in
Paul and
It's a funny theory. He actually said at the police that Nicola is in the river. We need some evidence to help him away, and I feel Peter and his amazing little kids, not too technical on me, but he's going to come and sweep the riverbeds and give us answers.
Just finally, if I could ask you, the police at the witness talked about the treatment of some people who are witnesses by people online using speculation, even if this abuse has been unacceptable. So that must have been distressing from your point of view.
To be honest, we're busy and wrapped up in getting that message, bringing Nikki home.
Yeah, I think, you know what, the more I watched that bit where the reporter says to her about the online abuse that some of her friends had, the more I watched that, and she totally blanks it as if it doesn't matter what he said, whereas I know if that was me, I'd be saying like, well, what abuse, what have people been saying about me? You know, if you genuinely didn't know and you weren't aware. She knows, and she blanks it, like doesn't address it at all. You know, just, it's strange. And yeah, Jack, you're right. They should have organised
to digest anything. Obviously, we're looking for the good stories, and this Peter Folding is what we found. I mean, what I would say, it could be anything in the world.
Yeah. So she says we're looking for the. Sorry, she said we're looking for the good stories, and Peter Folding is what we found. And you know, I think you might have been right, 411, like thinking about what you said earlier. Did they bring him in just to sort of create a distraction? Because some people think he offered, he didn't offer. They asked him and then he offered his services free, but they contacted him. Me and Paul contacted him. She says it there. And did they bring him in? That's another distraction, isn't it? They knew that nothing would be found, maybe. Oh, gosh. The only thing that worries me, I think this is going to be a hell of a thing to try and puzzle out. And as much as I do have faith in the coroner, I really do. I think he's, you know, it's difficult. It's a difficult task that he's got in front of him. And the more I'm thinking about it now, he really has got to come up with an open verdict. He can't say for certain that it was self-deletion. He can't say for certain it was an accident. He can't say for certain that it was foul play. So the only real option left then is going to be an open verdict. So let's see. Anyway, let's just watch the end of these interviews one more time.
And the accident.
Peter is known for finding dead bodies.
The support network around them is positive. At the end of the day, we have got two little girls out there who have lost their mummies.
Now, while I remember, because I do tend to forget things if I don't say them straight away when I think them. I wouldn't be surprised if she pushed Nicola into the river. That's a possibility. because she talks a lot about a push. It's all the last push, the final push, one big push, 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 push. That's another possibility, isn't it? And Peter Folding actually said for her to get drowned in that river, she would have had to have been pushed. That's a possibility too. She might have been pushed in there, or maybe not even by Emma, but by a third party. So there's another possibility, but there's no evidence for any of them. So it's got to be an open verdict, hasn't it? It's got to be. Surely it's got to be. Unless they know something we don't.
People are
feeling this morning knowing that you've got this new company involved?
Yeah, it's great. We saw Peter Folding come on a media bulletin.
Yeah.
And it was a plea to the media forward. How can we get Peter to do a plea as a family? I think a video went to him asking him to come to St Michael's.
Made a plea as a family.
Paul and I gave him a call, and he was trying to Peter Day.
Just potentially a new way to provide some answers.
Absolutely, following the theory of the hypothesis of the police that we get some evidence to back that up either way, and I feel it's to the riverbeds and give us answers.
And just finally, if I could ask you, the police at the weekend talked about how the treatment of some people who are witnesses by people online using speculation, even in some cases, it has been unacceptable. So that must have been distressing.
That basically wrapped up in that message key home, but the family or friends, we haven't actually had that. So we're looking for good stories, and this Peter Folding is what we found. I mean, what I would say, if the world, the family, friends, is what's keeping people going.
The internet for the interviews is just rubbish, and I'm going to fast forward it because I'd like to see the Heather one again. The interview with Heather Gibbons, I think, is very telling.
It makes sense. And that's right now is know nothing. You think that as the day goes on,
look at Emma's
we'll
face.
find something. I mean, the day after Nicola missing, I woke up thinking today's either going to be a great day or a horrendous day. And we're still at the same point. You hope, in the hope that no news is good news, but it's just a complete roller coaster. We just want a home. Nikki, if she goes and with Paul, she would be.
Yeah, look at Emma's face. When Heather says, it's true, when Heather says, I'm going to take it off now, just be me now, so be prepared. Yeah, when Heather says we just want a home to be with Paul and the girls, Emma doesn't like that, but that's how it looks. Maybe she's just in love with him, maybe she's besotted with him, maybe she's thinking, oh great, now he's single. I don't know, but there's a definite, if as she's saying all the time is as a family, this, as a family, associating herself as a family, fair enough, if she was sat so close to her, but then why is she not crying? That would be the only thing that I would say. There's no tears ever. There was a couple of times where she sort of, her voice breaks as if she's going to cry, but it never happens in any of the interviews. Yeah, now something that Barb mentioned then, I said right in the beginning, where was, if that was my dog that had gone missing, never mind if it was my partner and the mother of my children, I just would be there day in, day out. I just would be, and I wouldn't care. The police might be saying to me, "Oh no, you're not allowed to be," or you think, well, at the end of the day, you could get someone to look after the girls. I'd be in that river. My dog had gone missing in that river. I'd be in that river looking for my dog. You know, I would be swimming up the river looking for him. I don't care. Hi, Anne. So you're not a subscriber. What's this channel all about? Well, it's a true crime channel. We're talking about the case of Nicola Bulley at the moment, which I don't know if you know or you don't know, but you can have a look around the other videos to get the idea of that, because this is nearly finished now. But what's that? We need to study the PA driving past. Oh yeah, that's going to be one that's come up because I haven't done that one yet. That's the one where he went past in a different car, didn't she? And she mentioned it. This is the other thing. She's got mentionitis as far as Paul's concerned. If she can bring Paul into the conversation, it's Paul. You know, we all know that when you like someone, you talk about them. You can't help it. You mention their name, you talk about what they're doing, they're in, oh, well, I saw such and such the other day and they said this or they said that. You are always mentioning that name. So anyway, I was going to say something else then, which has just gone out of my head. So yeah, so that is 11 interviews. If she really did do 17 interviews, we've got 6 more to sort of analyse, if you like, and look at. I think I'll do unfortunately, I'm so sorry that my internet, I've been trying to get it sorted out today, but anyway, that's another question. But no, your comment didn't disappear, Ant. Definitely didn't. It's just that the chat's moving quickly, so it's just gone up in the chat, that's all. It didn't disappear because I commented on it. But thanks for watching. It might, I don't know if it's the, where are you, Ants? Where are you? But yeah, when you like someone, you talk about them all the time. And Emma always talks about Paul. Paul always talks about Emma. And to be honest, Nicola, oh, there was something that came up that somebody else that I noticed, and one of the comments noticed there was a point in one of those interviews where she refers to Nikki as Nicola, and then she changes it to Nikki very quickly. So, you know, now I always refer to Nicola as Nicola because I tend to refer to people with their full names. That's just what I do. And also, I don't know Nikki. I now said Nikki, but it was strange. She said Nicola, and then it wasn't strange that she said Nicola. It was strange that she changed it as if she felt she had to change it. But anyway. Yeah. Now, you know what? It could be Lucia that she's just protective of Paul. And this is what I say all the time. There's 2 versions in my head of Emma. Either she is involved and she's complicit in some way in something bad, or she's just one of those people who gets involved. Sometimes you need someone like that, you know, but I still think it's strange that we've never seen an interview with, even in the early days, we never saw the family. When I say the family, I mean Nicola's mum and dad and her sister. Never them talking with Paul. I've never seen a photo of them with Paul. You saw the photos that you see of that I've seen of the mum and dad. It's the mum and the dad and the sister and Nicola. It's, you know, so that is just something that I think is a little bit strange. And if Ernie and Dot turned around tomorrow and said, don't make any more of these videos, you know, we don't like it, maybe they're glad that people are looking into it. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes there, so maybe they're glad that people are talking about it. You know, we don't know. So, and Mia, do you know what? I think hi, Anne. So you're from Sussex or Sussex? I'm not close by. I am from Manchester and I currently live in Spain. But I did live in Reading for 8 years, so maybe that's why. Now I just want to say to Mia, was the Playday text to Emma? Well, we think it was, but we don't know for sure, do we? So this is the whole problem in this case. This is a mysterious case because nobody tells us anything. So they say, don't speculate, but no, we're not going to tell you anything. I mean, come on. You know, if you don't want people to speculate, you have to tell them something, you know, that's the way it is. From the dad. So Barbie's saying that the dad's, I've never seen a statement from Ernie, the dad, saying that Nicola had those vulnerabilities. If anybody's seen it, let me know. But I've never seen a statement from the family about that. The only interview I've seen was that first interview that they did at Marshall. That was a place, wasn't it? Again, all the interviews have been there, or you know, the media interviews, and nobody has ever said that she had vulnerabilities. I thought they looked distraught, the mum and dad, and the sister looked. What's the word for the way the sister looked? It was just like it's this total sort of us can't believe what's happening. That's how they looked. I think they did look genuine. I know that Louise made a sort of a laugh or whatever, but I do really think that was a nervous laugh. She had this totally astounded look. They were totally astounded at what's going on. But no, I've never seen anything else apart from that one interview. That I won't go through that interview out of respect for them, because I just thought they looked blasted with grief, just how somebody would look when their loved one went missing. And that's what I think is the problem with Paul and Emma. We've not seen that blasted grief. Do you remember when the Soham girls went missing, Jessica and Holly, how their parents looked, the look on their face? Do you remember all the sort of big cases that there's been missing? People looked absolutely blasted with grief, and this hasn't really happened in this case. So anyway, I've got to go. Oh, so the other case I was thinking was April. I mean, they are like children who's gone missing. I'm trying to think of a case where a partner went missing that was so high profile like this, where you felt like because most of the ones I've seen where the partner was appealing, they turned out to be the ones that did it. But if anyone can think of one, let me know. Okay, I've got to go. But do you know what? Thank you so much. So many of you have been here with me tonight, and I really appreciate it. And now on Sunday, so I've got some news to tell. So Sunday is Serial Killer Sunday. I'm going to be talking about the Green River Killer, which you'll know he's an American. Yeah, Joe O'Reilly, he was one, yeah. Oh, God, that was a terrible case. But anyway, there's so many cases you could go through. But yes, on Sunday, I'm going to be doing the Serial Killer Sunday. I'm going to be doing the Green River Killer. In a couple of weeks, as I've recently announced, I will be going on location to a very famous location to talk about a crime that was committed there and see, do some live streams from there. But basically, hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. I always enjoy. I was always a bit nervous in the beginning, but then it just sort of flows out in the because I always think, oh gosh, what will I say? And then in the end, you can't shut me up, can you? So that I start going. That's it. But good night to everyone. Take care. Have a fantastic weekend. And remember to always live and love very carefully. And as always, may your God go with you. And I really mean it. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you.